Hello everyone and welcome to another reading. Today we will do the final member from Red Velvet. Today we're doing Seulgi. We're doing her individual reading. We will go in search of her current energy, her career, her love life, and any healing messages that come through for her. Now, I kind of wanted to mention that lately some people have been commenting like, oh, do Seulgi nets, and all I have to say is she is right here now. I had like an order of how I was gonna go through with each individual reading, so we have finally reached the second half of the people I was planning to do, and we have finally reached our final destination, Seulgi. So now let's get started with Seulgi's current energy. Let's see how she's doing right now. So I haven't done it in a while, but I was listening to some of her osts and covers to connect to her energy, and let's see if that kind of goes. A card fell. Give me a big second. We got the card. Oh goodness. So we have the world reverse. Let's see if you... God no, I just shook your world. Okay. So one of the songs that my sister put was one that said how she was willing to go against fate. And, well, that's what the lyrics said. And all I have to say is the world reverse may indicate exactly that. I don't think she's resisting to change as much as she's kind of just doing what she wants. We have the Eight of Pentacles, so she is both learning and working very hard. Which I'm not surprised, since Seulgi seems like a very dedicated and hardworking person. Must be her Capricorn energy. We also have Justice reverse. So a lot of her major arcana cards so far are reversed, which tells me that she feels something's unfair, and that's probably the reason why she's going against fate or against her destiny. Oh, that one just flipped, guys. We have the High Priestess reverse and the Empress. So right now, she's going through a big change in her ideology? No. In her self-image. So the world tells me that she's ending a cycle and she's going through a fated change. Justice reverse tells me that she probably finds it a bit unfair, whatever changes are happening to her. She may feel like life is being unjust to her. The High Priestess reverse tells me that she hasn't really reached the intuitive point of fulfilling her self-image or finally embracing who she truly is. And the Empress tells me that she's trying to do a lot of self-healing and trying to love herself more and trying to understand who she truly is. And there's a lot of women in this, except for the spider, which it kind of looks like a Black Widow. So if that's the case, a bunch of feminine energy is with Seulgi right now. She's trying to embrace her femininity. Everyone is like, she's so manly, and I always feel like, no, she's a hopeless romantic and the most feminine you can think of. I'm kidding. She does have a lot of masculine energy she portrays. Could be all that Capricorn and Aquarius she has. Capricorn is known as the father of the zodiac, so you know that could mean something. Let's see, how is Seulgi currently doing? My nose got itchy. Usually when some people are like, oh, this part's itchy, or I heard this, or I felt that, they're like, it's a confirmation of something. But all I was thinking was that my nose was itchy, so yes, it confirms that my nose was itchy. I don't know. We have the Hierophant. Yes, we have the Hierophant reverse, which tells me, again, she is going through major changes, and we have a major arcana here, and here. So, out of the 6 cards, only one of them is a minor arcana. And usually when you get major arcana, it means that you're going through a lot of changes, of course, but you're also going through a thing, how do you call it? So when when there's so many major arcana, it usually shows that someone is going through checkpoints of life. That's usually what my sister and I call it, when you have reached a point that you had to go through. And usually we call them checkpoints because that means that whatever plan you set out yourself for this life, it's finally going through. So we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, give me a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out these tarot cards to clarify all of the cards above. And I guess the Ace of Cups. So let's clarify the Hierophant. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. Clarify the Empress. I don't necessarily need clarification for all of them as much as I just kind of want... I feel that she's very organized, so one of the things that she probably wants is to have a row up here of a set of cards and a row down here for another set of cards. Let's see, clarifying the High Priestess reverse. Why is it reverse? Sulgi gave me a sign. We have the Sun. Justice reverse, let's see. We have the World twice. So, remember how I talked about, you know, sometimes when someone is like, oh, my nose is itchy, and it means like a sort of like confirmation of sorts. Well, I should probably not joke about that anymore because my nose got itchy again and the World came up twice. So, I'm sorry, I'll take things more seriously. I'm sorry. I saw Strength though. Should I? You know what? We'll take all of them. We'll uncover them slowly. Oh my goodness! Look at me go with all the inside jokes. If you're a Sulgi fan and you don't know Uncover, shame on you. And if not, listen to it. Okay, the World reverse. Temperance. And finally, the Ace of Cups. What is that all about? Okay, the Seven of Swords. So, I don't know if you guys have seen my Wendy video and how lengthy that boy is. I think we're gonna have another lengthy video with Sulgi. So, enjoy everyone. You know, sit down, get your popcorn, and let's get started. So, we started right away with the World, and to clarify it, we have Temperance. So that tells me that even though right now things seem to not go as expected for Sulgi, I feel that she's a type that plans everything very detailed and clearly. Even if she doesn't have an idea of how things are going to turn out, or she doesn't really know how to get somewhere, she figures out a way to plan for it anyway. Even if her plan to move forward is do research for A or B or whatever it is that she's going for, that is still a plan. And she seems to be very grounded in the sense that she likes to, even if she doesn't write it down, she will be the type that has it in her head, constantly thinking, okay, I'm going to do this, this is the next step, and this is the next one, and the one that follows after that. So I feel that with the World reverse, there's a chance that she's like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this other thing, but I don't think this is serving me, I don't think this is working for me. And I think life is just kind of like, don't worry, right now the world is in a bit of a standstill, everything's being a bit confusing, everything, it may seem a bit strange or unclear where everything's going towards, but with Temperance right here, another major arcana, it tells me that she's currently, all they're advising her is to be patient and wait, which if I was her, I would be so annoyed because I've been hearing that for a while and I'm like, wait for what? If it's mine, give it to me. Okay, now let's uncover that Eight of Pentacles. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, which I was mentioning that she's a very hard worker person. She seems to have everything under control. Like, she is slowly weaving her web, and what helps is that by working hard, even if it takes a long time, she gets to her goals and she makes everything happen. Like, she's able to, because of all the baby steps that she takes, she eventually gets to where she wanted to get. And we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, which tells me that even though she's very good at reaching her goals, and she's very good at planning and working towards her goals, one of the things that she may have to do is maybe think less, maybe try to be less in control, because the Knight of Pentacles is Virgo energy, and it's a mutable sign, which means that it's a sign that goes with the flow. And it's kind of like, if you give work to Virgo, it will continue working. It will just get it done. It will not really question what it's for, or what it's doing it, or why it's doing it. But when it's reversed, it's giving me all of like the bad traits that a Virgo has. So being a bit judgmental, or being a workaholic, maybe not taking care of themselves, trying to distract themselves doing things that are a bit mundane. So I have a feeling that even though she's working hard, she's starting to learn, maybe. Yeah, I think she's starting to learn that some of the things that she does, even if they're baby steps towards something, it doesn't mean that it's towards the goal that she has set up herself for. And if that's the case, she's learning how to let go of that. But remember how there was like a bunch of cards that came out to clarify the Eight of Pentacles? I'll take them because I saw strength. So that tells me that one of the things that she's working on right now, which is, by the way, another major arcana. Like, guys, I don't even know how to tell you that right now, you know how I mentioned if you watch the latest video I have of the Irene situation, I mentioned, oh, she's going through changes and it's important, something that she has to go through. Well, guess who's the second oldest and probably also going through big changes because she's growing up as well? Well, we have Sulgi. She's going through a lot of changes as well, and I cannot emphasize how big these changes are, since we have a bunch of major arcana. Do you want me to start counting again? We can start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So she has 10 out of a bunch of cards. So let's go through it one by one. We got this. We have the strength right here, which tells me that even though she is starting to learn that maybe she should not be doing everything she had, maybe not take all of those little steps. Sometimes if she goes towards something, it doesn't mean that's what she's actually desiring. It doesn't mean that it will get her to where she actually wants to be. And strength tells me that when that happens, all she has to do is calm down and take a step back. But I feel that taking a step back is what Sulgi is so afraid of doing. I feel that she's a type that is like, why will I go back now? We just move forward. There's no other way we go. But sometimes I think she needs to like look back or take a step back so that she can align herself back into the actual path she's meant to take. And you may ask yourself, what is that actual path? And all I will say is the path to find herself, which is what we have over here in this area. But let's see what else we have. So we have the King of Wands. So one of the things that she has to do is think less and do more. There's someone that says something like that. Yeah, it was something like that. Think less and do more. Which the King of Wands, that's Aries energy, which squares that Capricorn energy that she has. Some of you will be like, why do you continue talking about Capricorn? Because Sulgi has a lot of Capricorn energy. That's probably why she's very good at her work and very professional and versatile, because of that Aquarius energy that she has. Give me a second. I'm so excited for this reading. I'm just thinking of all the good things that are happening for her. And this King of Wands is telling me that she needs to, we have 2 lions right here, so that tells me that she needs to go forward, go through things. I feel life is telling her, you have the skills, you have the people and the connections to do stuff. Even though we're telling you to wait, that waiting period is to allow things to finally, her environment to settle down, to allow her to continue moving forward. But I think also that temperance is for her to find a balance and connect not only her physical environment, but starting to balance that and connect it to her inner part, to who she really is. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't think Sulgi is necessarily lying to anyone of who she is, as much as she is slowly uncovering that part of herself. So she is not lying to people. She's not putting up a mask of any sort. She's simply just slowly discovering who she really is. And by that, the way she's discovering that is by asking herself, okay, what do I want from life? How do I want to do that? Why is it? Like, she's asking herself those questions, right? and she just needs to take more action, be the queen and king of her life and go forward with what she wants. And then we have the Ten of Swords, which tells me that she's been mentally she's been having a lot of thoughts and ideas that have been weighting her down and bothering her, almost killing her. So it's a big burden of ideas that are overwhelming, and this tells me that that's one of the things that she has to let go of, since she's thinking so much and analyzing situations a lot with this Virgo energy. She needs to have the strength to let go, take a step back, wait, have the patience to center herself again, and start taking action towards something. And finally, we have the Lovers. So that tells me that when she's able to balance that, to let go of the overthinking, overanalyzing, and that stagnation that brings, then she will be able to reach the Lovers, which could, yes, it could be about an actual romantic relationship, but it could also mean that with the Lovers card, it means that she is bringing new opportunities for herself. And with that orange and yellow, it tells me that she's finally embracing who she really is, having the confidence and being optimistic and all of that, because I do feel that she's been in the shadows of who she really is. And by that is because she has a goal. It's like, I have to do this and I'm going to go through with that, and I want to do that, but I think she's finding it a bit difficult to express how she really is in more of a sensitive and emotional way rather than a practical way. Then we have Justice reverse. So I mentioned that maybe we have butterflies, so that tells me transformation. So while she's going through all of these transformations and changing to be centered to who she really is, having that balance between the practical and the subconscious side of her, we have that with that Justice reverse, that she's finding it very difficult to balance the subconscious and conscious side of her, but she's also finding it difficult to understand that that's how it should be, right? I feel like she finds it very unfair what she's going through. Like, why do I have to change? Why do I have to continue doing A, B, C, or whatever? Like, she's like constantly thinking, why me? Or why does it have to be this way? Something like that. And with the World, which we have it for the second time, we have Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus right there, which are all fixed signs. And if you know anything about astrology, you'll know that a fixed sign is someone that is so ingrained with their values and how they think of things that it's very difficult for them to budge. It's very difficult for them to move and change their ideology. And so he is an Aquarius, so it might be very difficult for her to start thinking of things in a different way, even though air signs tend to be very versatile in ideas and thoughts. But with her, the World, it tells me that it's a cycle that she has to go through. When she's able to turn the Justice upright and finally accepting the transformation and play less of, I don't think she's constantly doing this, but to play less of the victim of why me, why does it have to be this way, but start working with that transformation and that change. When she accepts that, which, mind you, Justice is ruled by Libra, and Libra is also square Capricorn, opposite of Aries. So she needs a balance, but it kind of has to turn in a way. So she needs to let go of all of that Aquarius, Capricorn energy and move into that Aries and Libra, which is opposites of taking care of the self and the other, and finally finding that balance and that center point. And the World tells me that it is just something that she has to go through, and it's something that will benefit her a lot, and it's ending a cycle in that sense. Next to those cards, we have the High Priestess reverse, which is clarified by the Sun, and this is very good things. So if she's able to finally reach the High Priestess energy, which is the highest form of like the feminine energy in this case, she not only, it's kind of like if she were to transform from a butterfly to a bird. And I know that that's kind of weird, but in this sense, it's kind of like she's going from just living and going through life, being something beautiful, to being something wise and even more beautiful in that case. And the High Priestess is the Moon card, so she's finally connecting to her emotions. So, oh my goodness, it's like Sulgi was here and was like, let me plan this reading out for you, so when you look at this or read this, you're like, boom, what is this, right? So the high priestess is ruled by the moon, and the moon rules Cancer. And remember how I may even have to draw this out somehow. I don't know. Here, let me take this. Guys, drawing 101 with me. So you have a circle right here. And usually, excuse my bad circle. That circle is the zodiac, I guess you could say. And if you divide this circle into 4 parts, this will be Aries. Oh goodness. This will be Cancer. Guys, it's not... It's a symbol for Cancer, isn't that? Okay, ignore that. And this is Libra, and this is Capricorn. Oh God, let's put Cap, because I forgot how Capricorn looks like. So all of those are cardinal signs. So those signs are characterized by being leaders, being initiators, being the ones that change everything, and are constantly going through that. And I mentioned that, And I mentioned that Sulgi has a lot of Capricorn and Aries energy right here. This is Aries. Those are waves. This is Aries energy. So she's like right here. This is Sulgi. So this is where she's at right now, right? But life is telling her, you know what? You need to start taking action. So this is where the Aries comes in, which is square Capricorn. And then they're like, but you also need to balance it out and realize that you need balance in your life. And that's where Libra comes in. No! I thought I wrote on my card. And then after that, they're like, but you know what? We're going to give you even something harder to do. You're supposed to reach the opposite of that Capricorn energy. So this is a square right here. And usually, oh my goodness. Astrology 101 with me now. So let's forget this drawing for a bit and let's start talking astrology. I'm sorry. This is going to be so long. So we have the Capricorn energy, which she's at right now. So someone that looks at her self-image, not her self-image, but like her public image, works very hard, business, very business, is someone that provides for the family in the economic, financial type of way, all of the exterior. And then they're like, but you need to take more action, think less, do more. That's where the Aries comes in. But then they're like, but you need balance. And that's where Libra comes in. And then they're like, but you need to be in touch with your emotions. Think less about your how people see you and start thinking more of how you see yourself. You need to stop nurturing your job and nurture yourself. Stop thinking of how you can provide for others in the more practical way and start doing it in the more nurture and loving way. So she has this very difficult thing of, because a square is like one of the toughest things, I guess, aspect you could have. And by that I mean is that it's just something that is constantly clashing against each other and in constant strain, I guess you could say. And when you have opposites, it's like you can balance each other because you're aiming for the same thing, but you just see it from opposite directions. And it is kind of like she has 2 opposites in that sense, right? Capricorn and Cancer, and then Aries and Libra. So putting that out of the way, I'm sorry, I'm just like, let me teach you some things, right? So if we put that out of the way, let's go back to her reading. So now we have another opposite. We have the moon and the sun. So, oh goodness. There's this thing where not only does Sulgi have to balance like two things, she needs to balance everything and be in the middle. She just needs to center herself. This is not like, balancing left and right. It's like also, forward and backwards and up and down. Like she needs to just exist and be in the essence of just being, if that makes sense. Not a being of a frijolito, I mean being of just existing. And we have the sun, so it's optimistic. Good things are happening. Finally being in your power, balancing the feminine and masculine energy. You have the night and day. You have the moon and the sun. So there's this balance and power that's coming through her if she just balances herself. If she has everything aligned in a way. And with the Empress, I'm getting self-confidence. I'm also getting beauty, Venus energy. And the Knight of Wands tells me that all she has to do is start traveling, reaching that higher knowledge of how to feel beautiful, not only in the superficial type of way, but the internal beauty of, again, self-confidence, self-love, self-nurturing, all of that. And again, transformation with those butterflies. which is making me think of the Wendy reading with all of those butterflies. But I'm not going to sing on this one. We're not singing on this one. And we have the Hierophant reverse, which tells me that she also needs to not only balance her feminine energy, but also be empowered with her masculine energy. So not use it as a front of that's just how things work, but more of the way of a healthy, mature, balanced masculine energy. So being able to push forward, but still gentle and nurturing. And the way in what clarifies the Hierophant, we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, which Six of Pentacles is balance of give and take, and the Nine of Pentacles is having this paradise. And I kind of wanted to point out that we have an owl right here, and we have an owl right here, which could be important as well. And last but not least, we have the Ace of Cups, which tells me that she needs to start connecting to her emotions and to her creativity and her intuition. And what's clarifying the Ace of Cups is the Seven of Swords. So there's a chance that she feels that there's a chance that she was betrayed once. She opened up emotionally and she felt like people were not taking her seriously. Or usually the Seven of Swords means like having to move to a safer place, or she has her emotions very guarded, probably even from herself. Like, I don't feel Sugi has a mask of I don't want to show people who I really am, but more of the she's just so cautious because of all that earthy energy that she has. I mean, I was talking about Virgo and how she has to let go of overthinking, and she had the Ten of Swords to confirm that in that sense. And with the Seven of Swords, it's kind of like she's keeping safe who she really is and her thoughts and her ideas, but she has done it so deeply within her that she herself doesn't consciously know that she's doing that to herself. And that's why she needs to uncover, so that she truly knows who she is and finally embrace all this feminine and masculine energy, being able to center all of the cardinal signs, which I mentioned with my little drawing over there. And now that I think of it, I hope you were able to see my drawing. I just kind of drew it and didn't check if it was good or not. But I'm so excited with her current energy. Now, let's move into her career and see how that's going. After our lengthy introduction of her current energy, let's go into her career. How are things going with her career? By the way, if you see something right here, that's a candle that I lit up in hopes it gives me the warmth of my hands are not feeling, since it's getting cold. So we have, and let's put it right here in the middle, Malkuth, ground the kingdom. So all I have to say is that I do think that Sugi has to get grounded in a way where she's balanced, not someone that is on the clouds, just daydreaming and not having their feet on the ground. This is more of someone that has to have a balance of that, not necessarily just come crashing and root themselves, but more of have an understanding of what's on the other side and what's here, have a connection between the 5D and the 3D and all of that in between. When we have Malkuth is actually okay, I'm gonna be dropping more knowledge, but don't take my word for it on this one because I have not studied as well my this oracle cards, so take it with a grain of salt. So this card, there's like this tree, and the bottom of that tree is this one, ground the kingdom, and that is supposed to represent the bridge or the connection between the 3D material world that we live in and connecting to that higher vibrations, or starting that bridge of connection between the self, between other chakras, which I believe, even though people know the main 7, I think there's up to 12, but I've never really done research in that, so I can't really tell you how things are going in that sense. But I can say that this tells me that there's a connection that she has to make. If you see the imagery on this card, you see that there's the sphere right here, and that's supposed to represent the earth, but there's more to it than we see. There's more to the bubble that we live in. And I think in her career, I don't know how that applies to her career yet, but I thought it was interesting that we looked at the imagery of these cards, which I feel it's something I have not really done since I've used them in this channel. So now let's see, what energy does her career have? So we have Scorpion, And another card that fell. Let me see. It's on the floor. Making me work hard again. What's up with Suri and Yeti making me pick up the cards on the floor? And we have a tiger. I'm not gonna sing. I was gonna sing Tiger Inside by Super M. I have betrayed Sugi. This is Red Velvet. Stick to Red Velvet. So we have both fire cards right here. So she is working hard in her career. She is putting all the work and effort to make her career work. I just noticed my card is dirty. And that Scorpion tells me that both of these cards give me the energy of someone that is very patient, someone that takes things slowly but surely going forward, and it's also the energy of someone that attacks when they have to. So I feel that Tsurugi, many people see her as very gentle, very friendly, but that's because people don't really give her a reason to like pounce on them and be like, back off. This is my territory. Move back. Like, she hasn't. I bet people are like, how can a cute bear like Tsurugi do something like that? But here's the thing: there's a difference when someone is like bothering her, like, not even playfully, but like they're immature, so they don't know any better. But it's more, or like they're very childish, or like very childlike, or young, or something like that. But it's kind of like if someone were to actually want to hurt her for real, she will not be. No one will be able to hurt her in her career because she is Queen Bee. Just kidding. Oh my god. But it feels like she's definitely protected. So if anyone wants to do anything to her, it will kind of like bounce back and hit them instead. We have a black moon in the third eye of this tiger, which tells me that she is divinely protected by her shadow self. So she is. It's weird, right? Like there's a bridge of herself. There's no bridge connecting her conscious and subconscious side, but she is unconsciously protecting herself, and I don't think she's aware of that. I don't think she knows that career-wise, no one can do anything to her because it's kind of like she's just doing what she has to do, and because of that, her spirit guides or her guardian angels or just angels or people that care about her are constantly protecting her and making sure that she goes through her path unbothered. And with this Scorpion, we have all of this darkness, but light and power comes from the sting of the Scorpion. So that tells me that she has a very hard exterior. Like, it's very hard to actually get to Tsurugi in a way. She can be, she's a hopeless romantic, so I think that's the best way you can get to Tsurugi. Send her all the love in the world, and she's gonna be a crying mess in front of you. Because she's a sensitive bear like that. But in the other sense, when she's in her career, in her professional working mode, no one can touch her. That type of energy, that's what she gives me off, right? Both cards are fire, and there's orange and red and yellows, which tells me very grounded 3D type of energy, which goes very well with this card right here. Let's see. What other card should we have? I kind of want to use the Sakura ones already, so let's use them. Let's see. How is Tsurugi doing in her career? So we have the dark, and all I have to say is remember how I mentioned this dark moon right here, and how there's this her subconscious is taking care of her and of herself, like she's protecting herself somehow, but she's not too aware of that. I'm not saying that Tsurugi has like dual personality, as in like one day she's doing one thing and then the next day she wakes up without remembering what's going on. Not like that. This is no drama, guys. This is real life. Come on. But with the dark, it tells me that she is able to go through a lot of like to her shadow side, or she's able to her subconscious is very powerful, but I think there's a reason why she hasn't connected that to her conscious side. So it's kind of like she's aware of the stuff that she does, and she's always working, but she doesn't realize that there's things behind the scenes that are always protecting her, always taking care of her, and very powerful. It's like a dormant giant of sorts. Like she's a sleeping beast, la leona dormida. I'm sorry. I feel very playful with Suli's reading. So we have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So I feel one of the ways that Suli can connect to make that bridge between what she's aware of and what she's not. One of the ways that she can do that is by meditating and trying to connect to those both sides, trying to balance that. And I think, now don't get scared, everyone, but I think Suli is a woman of the night. And I don't mean that she's out there clubbing and having fun like that. I don't mean that. I mean that she seems to get a lot of power with the moon, a lot of power with being in the dark, and by that I mean the absence of light gives her the ability to create anything, or she finds comfort to be in darkness, not literally, but kind of like that. Okay, Candle, I will need you to move. Thank you. And then we have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus, which earlier I didn't mention that the Hierophant means Taurus energy, which is a fifth sign. So I didn't want to go meta and go completely on like, remember the square? No, let me not go to that again. With the new moon in Taurus, we get the whole idea that she's working hard on what her values are, what she likes, what she desires, trying to find her self-worth, trying to be a bit more self-centered, taking care of herself in that sense. That tells me that she is working very hard on finding fixing her ideas and principles and on her person as an individual and what she desires. It might still be a bit materialistic, even though with this card I'm getting that it should be more internal stuff. So getting out of all of this stuff, I kind of wanted to mention that the sun was underneath this deck, which I'm going to use right now to see how Suli is doing currently in her career. So how is Suli doing in her career? So we have the Queen of Swords reversed, which tells me that, again, she's still working hard on embracing that Aquarius energy to its fullest potential. So I think just because she's a Capricorn, just because she's an Aquarius, which the Queen of Swords is Aquarius energy, just because she is one as a sun sign does not necessarily mean that she's able to embrace its full power as an Aquarius. Aquariuses are good at communicating. They're very good at giving to other people because they're very humanitarian. They're very good at being innovative and making new ideas. And the innovative part of Aquarius is the difficult part for Suli. She's so used to following the rules, doing things by the book, and following this traditional path because of her Capricorn energy, that she's not allowing herself to just be herself. I was gonna say uncover again. That song must be very important for Suli. I mean, she worked on it, she wrote it, it's her own stuff, so it must definitely be. But there's butterflies again, so there's transformation. This kind of looks like a moon to me, so that means connecting to her subconscious, to her emotions, to her intuition, that part of herself. And if we see this as a moon, we have 2 right here, so that kind of shows something in itself. Not to mention that those cards are moon cards, so of course they're moons. But this kind of tells me that she has to find the innovative part of Aquarius and just be herself, do what she likes, and communicate that freedom, the ability to try new things that reflect who she is as a person. And I think that's what she's aiming for right now. She's aiming to make that bridge between her subconscious and her conscious side and try to be a bit more aware and show who she really is. Even though right now that's what she's working on, trying to find who that person is, who the real Suli is. And we have the Emperor, another major arcana, and this is Aries energy, which tells me that if she were to meditate and contemplate a bit of like what she wants and where she wants to go in a more internal side, not the material of like I want a job, I want this amount of money, I want to have my own company or something like that. It's more along the lines of like, okay, what do you want out of life? What do you desire? What are you aiming to get out of this life? And with the Emperor, it's kind of like follow your desires, be the warrior that fights your in your life. The Emperor is also Mars energy because of Aries, which tells me take action, go forward for what you want. And this Scorpion, even though it's not necessarily talking about Scorpio, it's about transformation, change, and digging deeper. So it's all about that. Okay. Let me ask this card and see what is she planning currently in her career, if anything. We have the Two of Pentacles. So again, she's trying to balance something out in her career, which I think is, again, that bridge of her conscious and her so her outer image and her inner image, that thing. We have the Eight of Swords reverse. So probably trying to figure out that she's not bound to do the traditional things. She has to do what she wants to do, however she wants to do it. She has reached a point where she has the resources and the skills and the people to help her move forward in the direction that she wants to, however she wants to or desires. And I think this Eight of Swords reverse tells me that she's finally understanding that she's not tied to anything. Or the opposite, which could be that she is so stuck that she doesn't realize that she's free to do what she wants, however she wants to. The only thing she has to do is say so. And one last card. We have the King of Pentacles. Again, Capricorn energy, which tells me that in her career, she's using all of that Capricorn energy to move forward and say, this is how things are going to be done and we're going to do it this way. Very practical, very planning, like we're going to do this and that because that's how I wish it to be. Following a routine to gain power, money, and stability. So I don't think money's an issue. I don't think her career is much of an issue. But the thing is that she wants to take it a step further by starting to connect who she really is, which is something that she's slowly learning for herself. I think I read somewhere on Twitter that Seulgi finally has opened her studio and it has photography and art stuff, which is good. When you do what you like and you follow your hobbies, it helps you uncover a part of yourself. Oh my god, every time I say uncover, I'm just gonna be like smirk. It helps what is it called? It helps you connect to who you really are and what you really want to do. So just kind of pointing that out there. She continues going that way and using art or anything creative as a way to express who she is and what she is. She might actually be able to look at it and be like, oh, so I guess I want to do this. I want to do that. This is what I truly desire. And trying to connect to the deepest parts of herself. But yeah, it seems like that's what she's doing with her career. She's just going on normal, but she's trying to take it a step further by connecting to herself in a way that will probably improve her work a lot better. And it will improve it by being able to express who she truly is. So not only is she putting the work out there, but she will start putting a message out there with it. A message that it resonates within her deeply. So now let's get into her love life. So guys, I have the sad news that Seulgi did not write on cover. But it fits her so well. It was destiny, guys. Anyway, so her love life. But her love life. How is she doing in her love life? So we have Leliel, Angel of Night. Which, what did I say? Didn't I say that she was connected to the night and all of that? We have another moon. So it tells me that she is a woman of the night and not in the way that you think, but in the way that I described. And now let's see what energies are there in Seulgi's love life. So we have a unicorn. Someone's unique. Someone is unique. Let's see, what else do we have? Another energy for her love life. Oh my. Another card fell and I'm sad because I have to pick it up. I'm going elephant. Give me a... We have an elephant. So I found it funny because when I did my previous video, the elephant came out and well, I'm not trying to say anything, but it seems like DK and Sugi are pretty similar then. So we have the unicorn. So it's weird. I have a feeling that there's like an energy, romantic energy that is approaching Sugi. And we have the unicorn. So it's someone that, yeah, okay. So this card represents a person that's coming towards her or wants to be with her, or maybe the person that she's looking for in a partner. And this buffalo represents her. Someone stable, someone grounded, someone that is reliable, someone that brings abundance and beauty and brings prosperity to people. That's where she's at right now. And the unicorn tells me that she wants someone that is very unique, someone that is very special to her, of course, but it's someone that many people can see how valuable this person is. It is someone that has self-respect and someone that respects others. We have another moon right here, but it's a full moon and it's colored with greens and blues and purple. So it's someone that is very genuine and sincere, works from their heart space, is able to communicate properly, and is very in tune with their inner self. And we have all of this darkness that surrounds them. So it's someone that is untouched by darkness, or it is someone that is surrounded by darkness. And in this sense of darkness, I'm using it as someone that is probably very confused, filled with the unknown, or it's someone that is not bothered by any negativity that comes their way. And one of the things that I think she's aiming for a relationship is to have someone that has the fire within them, the drive to move forward, to have all of their goals come true and their desires to be that also come true, right? Someone that's it's fire that is able to fight and go over any obstacle that life presents in their paths. It is someone that's working very hard, and I see how the direction of the card. So the relationship itself is to move forward in life. But if you see the cards, you have the buffalo that's looking to the unicorn, but the unicorn is looking away. So this tells me that the unicorn is not aware of how much love she has for this person. And yeah, let's see. In what situation are these people? So let's see, where is Sugi at right now? There's 3 cards. Okay, let's take them. So right now she's still working very hard to reach her goals. We have the fiery. She's trying to take action towards the things that she likes. And we have mirror. And she's trying to reflect deeply who she really is. So this whole thing about mirrors finally connecting to her inner self, finally taking action towards something. We have wings here and wings here, so that tells me that she's flying high, moving forward, reaching her goals, trying to be reaching her higher self, or who she truly is. Let's see where this person is right now. We have the snow, so someone that has a cold heart. That's what I hear. And by a cold heart, I feel it's someone that probably has felt a lot of pain. This person is special to Sugi, probably because this person feels a lot, and it's something that she finds it kind of hard. And we have the glow, but despite all of the pain that this person has gone through, they're able to shine brightly. And by that, what I mean shine brightly is that it doesn't necessarily reach other people, but people can see that person themselves, because they're not bothered by what other people are doing. They're working hard on themselves, and that's kind of how they keep it. They just concentrate on themselves, and that's it. And we have 2 cards. We have the sleep and rain. So it's someone that probably cried a lot, probably has suffered a lot from pain. Again, I mentioned a cold heart. We have something, let's see. So we have something on the third eye right here, and right here. So someone that is very intuitive, very open, very sensitive. This person is special to Sugi because of the sensitivity they carry. This is someone that seems very feminine energy, which is definitely the opposite of what she has with that fire within her. This circle represents spirit. So that means that this person is very connected to their spiritual side. That sleep tells me that they're able to dream, probably have visions even in their dreams. There's also someone that with this rain tells me that they're able to nurture other people. They're able to listen to other people and help them and give them probably good advice on whatever problems they have. This person is also someone that is able to nurture other people. Because was it rain? I think rain was a card that came with forest and was able to make the forest just grow and grow and grow. So this is probably someone that is able to give a lot of motivation to other people as well, and helps them move forward. And with that snow, I feel that it's someone that has been going through very harsh winters, has hibernated for very long, been in that hermit mode for a while. And I think that's why they're unicorns. They've been working very hard on themselves. And that is actually very good. I do think this is someone that is worth Sulgi's time for sure. I just don't know if this person is in her life yet or not. So let's take some cards out to see, understand a little bit more about them. You know, where is Sulgi at right now in her love life? We have nothing is yet set in stone. So she's still changing, going through those changes. And I feel that if she continues working on herself, she will be able to get this unicorn. But where is this unicorn at in their connection? Okay. We have South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So there's a chance that a lot of the pain the unicorn has been going through, let's just call this person the unicorn. What the unicorn has been going through is that they've been looking a lot in the past, who they were, what they did in their past, and trying to reflect and trying to change who they are and trying to move forward with the image that they're working on for themselves. So this is someone that has worked a lot on themselves, which on contrary to Sulgi, who has been working on herself in a 3D type of way, which is her skills. Like, she's been polishing her skills and her work, while this person has been polishing themselves, trying to be the best version of themselves, trying to be their higher self in a way, trying to reach that maximum level. Let me take out one more card. So where is their connection right now? Your dreams need a practical plan. So there's a chance that even though Sulgi wants this person, they're probably not in the same wavelength. And what I mean by that is that this person is a little bit too high for Sulgi. And what I mean by too high, I mean that this person has focused on themselves for so long that it will be kind of difficult for this person. And this person seems to really be focused on themselves. It will be very difficult for the unicorn to look at Sulgi, because they're working very hard on themselves. It's like they have reached a very high level of spirituality. Like, they're in the 5D, while Sulgi is still very grounded in the 3D. So they don't, even if they're right next to each other, they see things so differently and they go about their lives so differently that it's kind of hard to, they're like missing each other over and over. They walk next to each other and pass each other, but they don't really quite make the connection. And I feel that in their love life, that's kind of like the issue. This person is great and wonderful, but that's because they've been working on themselves. I don't know how well they'll do when they combine with Sulgi. I feel that this person is very different from her, but it's able to complement her very well. They're working on what she needs to be working on right now, and they have done a lot of the work that she probably didn't even realize she has to go through. There's a chance that she really likes this unicorn because they are doing what she unconsciously doesn't even realize has to go through eventually. And with full moon in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan. It tells me that she needs to open up a little bit and realize that the practical plan is not conventional. So she needs to connect to this person when she goes through her transformations and changes. And when she does that, there's a chance that she will be able to meet this person. So I'm going to take out some cards and see how she will meet this person, or what this practical plan could be about. So we have Death. So when she goes through her transformation and she has finally had her rebirth, her phoenix moment. So when she's done going through changes, we have the Two of Wands. So when she finally realizes that she takes on the new adventure of knowing who she truly is, And then we have the Magician. So we have another 2 major arcana. I'm telling you, Tsurugi is going through big changes, and these changes are important. Very important. So the Two of Wands tells me that she needs to make a decision. She's not very conscious of what the decision is. I don't think she's aware that there's changes that she's going through. As in seeing the big picture of what those changes could mean to her. Like, I don't think she's aware of that yet. But the Two of Wands tells me that she has to make a choice of how she's going to move forward from now on. Wands is all about taking action, but with the Two tells me there's a balance. A new opportunity has been presented after the Ace of Wands, and now is like, okay, how are you gonna go through this? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna stand still in the energy you're at, or are you gonna move forward and take this opportunity life has offered you? And it usually at this state is someone that is contemplating, thinking, okay, so the world has offered me this new idea. How are we going to go through with this? How are we going to change? And why will we change? Like, trying to come to terms with those changes and making a decision towards something. But this is not necessarily physically taking action. It's still in the stages of thinking of taking action. It's all in the head right here. And with the Magician, is every dream will come true for her if she opens up her heart space. We have green right here and green right here, which is the heart chakra, which means that she has to be very sincere with her, genuine with herself, very motherly and nurturing to herself, embracing that feminine energy to take care of herself and her self-image so that she loves herself. I'm not saying that Tsurugi has insecurities of her self-image. She could. I mean, I think we all have at one point, but I think that with her, it's more of just allowing her emotions to go through and come to the surface. And when she does that, she will be able to manifest this person, because she will have gone through her Phoenix moment of rebirth and have this new flaring passion to move forward any obstacle. So now let's get into Tsurugi's final stage, her healing messages. So let's see what healing messages we have for her. We have the Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love, which I think I mentioned earlier that her hobbies are probably a very good way to start channeling her transformation or start triggering her what those changes are for her. We have Butterfly Spirit, transformation is beautiful, which I did not see until I put it down right now. And we have 19, which adds up to a 10, which adds up to 1, so transformation and change. And here we have an 11, which is a divine number of divinity and spirituality, which adds up to a 2, which is balance. Transformation, balance, it makes sense. Let's see what else we have. I also pointed out the butterflies earlier, which, I don't know. I think that shows that she's definitely transforming into a new version of herself. And if I'm correct, Tsurugi was born in the year of the dog. So that dog is telling her, we were born in this year for a reason. To be loyal to the people we love, to be loyal to the things that we love, and continue going down the path of love and happiness. So let's see what other healing messages we have for Tsurugi. We have the Grasshopper Spirit, take a leap of faith. So I think the leap of faith is for her to trust that the world has a plan for her, and that plan will start manifesting when she starts connecting herself to her inner self, which I mentioned earlier. She needs to make that bridge, which hopefully by making this video, it will help her and aid her in those changes. You know, I rarely set intentions for stuff like that, but I feel the need to do that. Let's set the intention that Tsurugi wakes up to who she truly is, her true colors. Oh, we have the Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. So you know how I mentioned earlier that the world was reversed, so maybe she had Temperance. We have another 2, so that's balance. Oh my god, and we have 30, it adds up to a 3. 3 usually means to work with other people, at least in tarot. So that tells me that she needs to start working with spirit to finally realize her true purpose and her mission of sorts. And the Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. Earlier in her current energy, we had the world reverse and Temperance was all about being patient, to wait, to balance, connect 2 sides of herself. And this Antelope Spirit is telling me that the moment she starts connecting with spirit, connecting with it, connecting to herself in a deeper level and a less materialistic and more untangible way, then she will be able to see how fast life is going to start moving. Opportunities are going to come out of nowhere. Everything's going to come into place. And I think it's just a little switch for her. All she has to do is just see everything from a different perspective, like turn the lights on, and then she will be able to understand everything. I mean, Sugi seems to always be in darkness, always creating and transforming and changing, working with in a way, the worst parts of herself. Not that she's bad, but more of the sense of she's working in areas that are difficult for her in a way. We have the coyote spirit, trust in divine detours, the whole idea of just trust that we're stopping you in your tracks so you can learn and grow and then grow your person. And we have the flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between, which goes hand in hand with if she will be able to transform into the beautiful person she has inside if she takes that leap of faith and trust her spirit guides, her angels, her guardians, and so on. Let's see what else we have. We have the vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. So even though it may seem like life stopped and she can't move forward and she's stuck in this energy, the vulture spirit is here to tell her that was for a reason, and all she has to do is just continue changing, transforming, and moving forward, and slowly she will understand what that was all about. It's not wasted, it had to happen. She was meant to be in a stop and wait so that she will connect with herself, and then things are going to move just as quickly as before. And lastly, from this deck, we have the chameleon spirit, act as if. So I feel that if she finally realized, we have 14 adds up to a 5, which is a number of change. And we have on the bottom of the deck, crow spirit, co-create with spirit, which tells me that if only she worked with her spirit guides, with her higher self, with her soul family, with her subconscious, with, did I say spirit guides already? With her guardian angels, I'm just throwing a bunch of terms right here. If she just worked with all of that, maybe if she believes in a god, maybe a sort of religion, or if not, then just with nature itself. So if she just believes in this higher force of life, then she will be able to start realizing that she can start creating her future and manifesting it. And the way that she can do that is by connecting to her imagination. What would life be like if I did this or that? Or I want this other thing and this. How can I start incorporating that in my life and my routine? If she started to do that, she will slowly become the person she wants to be. Let's see what else we have for her. Any other healing messages for Sugi? Let's see. Oh god. We have the watery, which tells me that she needs to connect to her emotions. The watery was a card that was very fierce and was a fighter card, even though it's water. So it's something about, bringing a bit of fire to her emotions, to her creativity, powering her, using her emotions and her creativity, sensitivity, and spirituality, using all of that to fuel her life, to keep her moving forward, but in a different way. Not in the, okay, so this is what we're going to do next, and this other thing, but start doing it in a way of like, this is what motivates me, this is what I love, this is what makes me happy, that kind of thing. And we have the dream. I think if she starts following her dreams, or she will get messages from her spirit guides and her higher self and her subconscious through dreams, that could be a thing. And it seems like she needs to listen carefully. As you see, the earrings are colored here, so that tells me that she needs to listen carefully, pay attention to her dreams, maybe start a dream journal of sorts, something like that. Let's see other healing messages for her. So we have the cloud. So she needs to be gentle with herself. She needs to be nurturing with herself. This seems like a kid, but we have focus of color in the third eye here and here. So that means that she needs to be gentle with those changes. She needs to take care of herself and understand that change is not easy. It's complicated. It's difficult, because we have the mace, and that mace tells me that she needs to be patient with herself, friendly with herself, and nurturing and take care of herself deeply, because it's going to be confusing. The mace is when someone puts themselves in this very difficult not difficult path by choice, but it's kind of like it's a difficulty and an obstacle you have to go through to fully understand the extent of something, or to fully understand the lesson that you came here to learn. And I think that's what she's going through. She put herself in a difficult position, not necessarily as in like, oh, let's say you will be dying of hunger because you don't find a job. No, it's more in the sense of nurturing and feeding her soul, and they're doing that by putting her in a situation where it's like, you are not going to work anymore, so tell me, what do you do now? And that's probably to start working on herself, to start thinking, what do I want in life, what am I going to do? Things are difficult now, so where do we go from here? That type of thing. And I'm gonna take out one more card, just one. I don't know why I'm hoping light will come out, but we'll see. One last. Oh, don't fall. Hey, what did I say? Guys, don't be alarmed. I'm a witch. I'm psychic, guys. And then on the bottom we have earthy. So let me put that down. So yeah, she's very grounded. She is very in tune with what she wants to do, but she needs to do it from a self-fulfilling life purpose type of thing. Not so much of like, this will get me working on and grounding me on this and that. Less conventional, more deep and rooted with who she really is. And okay, so you know how earlier she got the dark when, what area was it? I think it was in her career. I think it was in her career. Let me bring her up. I don't know if you watch Cardcaptor Sakura, but in that one, she got the dark and light at the same time, and when she was transforming them to have her own power, her own magic, she had to change both of them at the same time. So that shows the balance that comes within them. You have day and night. Oh my god. Okay, give me a second. We have day and night, feminine and masculine energy. We have light and darkness. We have the moon and the sun. And I wanted to bring up earlier the moon and the sun. The moon and the sun. So she didn't necessarily get the moon card. She got the high priestess, which is ruled by the moon. And we have the sun right here. So there's this duality that she has that she needs to balance, and all of her dualities makes that square that we saw earlier in her current energy. So I'm thinking that one of the things that they're advising her, because we have the energy here, here, and here, so the elements are kind of telling her light, dark, earth. They're all telling her to connect to her heart space, start opening the heart chakra, start talking to herself from a loving place. Not that she's like berating herself and telling herself all these negative things, not at all. It's just that she doesn't really tell her, she doesn't like congratulate herself, she doesn't show herself how much she loves herself. She doesn't tell herself how good she's doing in life. Like, she's struggling to do that because I don't think she realizes the power and value it has to once in a while pat yourself in the back and say, I'm doing well, I'm doing great. And I think that's the message they're giving her. If Sulgi were to transform and change into the beautiful being that is who she really is, all the parts of herself, not some of them, but all of them, then she will be able to balance herself, be able to connect. We have clouds, sun, and then we have stars and the moon. So she not only will glow from the help of the sun, but she will be able to be the sun herself. She was able to shine very brightly. People will start to notice her. People will see how beautiful she is. Not that she isn't right now, but how beautiful she is just in general. Not necessarily her fierce passion, girl crush type of energy, but more of her nurture and her motherly and sensitive side, which is, I think, a part that we usually see from her when she connects to the hopeless romantic part of herself. But yeah, there's also more to her than that, right? She has a little heart that's beating for her and cheering her on, and I think she needs to embrace that a little bit more. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this very lengthy video. We have reached the end of all of the individual readings for Red Velvet, but do not be sad. There will probably be just random questions for them. Let's say someone is like, hey, I want to know more about that unicorn. Then we will have to do a video about the unicorn or something like that. We'll see. And since my sisters are fans of Red Velvet, I'm sure they're going to request more videos of them. So do not be alarmed. I will probably do more videos of them. But we have finished the individual readings and Sulgi has been completed. Woohoo! So I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can find some peace within yourselves if you're going through a transformation. I hope, I wish you the best of good luck in your transformations, and love and healing from my part to you. And yeah, the next one should be someone else, which I forgot. So bye.